with what François have done and what we have heard here today, you would think that all of those different ONGs and organizations that are going to Colombia to have a look and see whether there is a problem in Colombia. I do not understand why they still come over here or go to America or go to other countries and say that there is not a problem in Colombia. I mean, we have heard of peasants that are being moved and displaced. We have heard of what they are doing with the trade unionists, how they are killing them for only have a different opinion in some cases. We heard how children have been killed in order to make them an example of what could happen to the rest of them, because obviously those children, according to what Palmerio has exposed, is that they are children of the indigenous people that live in these country towns. So that would only indicate that the issue is to present them as one example in order to prevent the rest of them to come to take possession of this land. Now, this land, they are obviously the land that has a lot of resources. They have minerals, they have water, and obviously the forest in its own is something that they would like to put hands on it. And obviously all those mines are in these areas where the indigenous people are. And that's why they're trying to move them away, because it's a way to actually take possession of this. Now, human rights have been violated by the different Colombian governments for many years, and up till this point, no international organization has been able to do anything to those governments. Nobody has done anything about it. They continue constantly violating these human rights, and they just able to do it without nobody interfering, because there is no problems in Colombia according to the rest of the world, unless one of these commissions of human rights will go there and spend enough time, not just to go where they take them, but to go and see and talk to other people. Unfortunately, the people in Colombia are very scared as well. Scared of talking, of presenting themselves as someone that has a different idea. It is very hard, and I said this in the conference the other day, that when you get in a public transport or in a taxi, that you cannot speak freely about anything, because one of the first things that the comrades from the different trade unions say to you is, please do not make comments in the taxi. Please do not get in a public transport and make public comments about either the government or any organizations, because it could be dangerous. And that's the way it is. Now, we have heard from Palmerio how trade unionists that work with m4v have been killed. Some of them are in exile, and the ones that are in the country are all in jail. And Liliani Obando is one of those members of this organization, m4v, who came here twice to this country to promote exactly what Palmerio is trying to do now, expose the government and expose the issues of human rights being violated in Colombia. Now, she obviously, as well as the comrade from Chile, who are now trying to blame for interviewing someone from the guerrilla. She also, obviously, according to not to us, but according to the eyes of the law, had made a mistake similar to that. Now, we know for a fact that she's been going to court for many occasions already in the last 2 years since she's been in jail. They haven't been able to put any judgment against her. Obviously, except the judgment of being against the government and being, you know, one of those people that actually are against somebody else that have a different idea. So, with her case at the moment is hanging in there, just waiting for someone that actually saw these very magic laptops that this government of Uribe has found. The laptops have become very famous now because any attack on someone that is not agreeing with the government, a laptop comes into place. It was in Ecuador, then it was when Jujuy was also taken, there was another laptop, so everything gets destroyed except the laptop. So maybe we should go to Colombia and get those type of laptops over here so we can actually have no problems with them, you know, it's unbelievable. So Liliani has gone to court, and she was going to court again when I was there just a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, I was traveling from a country side into Bogota for the day in court, and the day got called out, so I had to go back, and she was put back in jail that day again. The person that's supposed to give a statement is Ronald Coy Ortiz, who was the captain of the police captain that actually got to oversee these computers, this laptop, when the bombarded of the group of Raúl Reyes was in Ecuador. And according to one of his statements, these laptops were tampered with previously to be sent to Interpol. Now, if that is the case, and he declares this in court, that means that they have no case against Liliani at this point in time, and they would have to let her go. So it is very convenient for them to stop the day in court, to make sure that this person is not in the country to come and testify in issues along those lines. So at the moment it's just a matter of waiting. Liliani is not the only political prisoner in El Buen Pastor, and there's other comrades, male comrades in the other prisons as well. As what Palmario has said, many of the trade unionists are there. So when we talk about Liliani, it's just one case, and we talk about her because it's the person that we got to know here. We got to know her for what she was coming to present to us about her country, the human rights, and her organization, which was Venezuela. So Liliani has organized the political prisoners in jail. So if they now would be saying anything, it would be saying to themselves, we shouldn't let her go. Because she has organized these prisoners in such a way that they all have the right to say what they really want to say to them, and be respectful for what they have to say, because Liliani has actually done that in prison. She has talked to the directors of the prison and have said, these are my rights, and if you do not go by the book with me and with everybody else, then there will be an international judgment on the way that this prison gets run. Now the director has been changed in the last 6 months. There was a new director when I went. This time it was a woman who I didn't get to meet. I wanted to, but I didn't get to meet. They were going to tell me that I couldn't go in to see her. It's a very hard situation when you outside waiting to go and see someone like Liliani, because you have to go through many checkpoints, as many as 9, on your way in and on your way out. You get stamped all over your arms, and you'll get searched in different ways. Now, talking to the other people there that they were visiting, I was able to see that the way that they were searching us, the people that are going to the visitors, has changed a little bit. And just the other night I saw a report in one SBS channel on how they used to search, and it was by hand with gloves, where they make you take your clothes off, and they actually ask you to bend, to open your legs. They would put their hands in there for women and for men, not just women. And it was very bad and denigrated for the women that are visiting to do all this. They take your shoes, they tell you to sit down on a chair where you gain weight. And by that weight, they can tell when you sit on that chair where you're carrying anything in your body that is not anything else but your flesh. So then you get into a little room where somebody else again check on you, and they put their hands all over you, and they touch you everywhere, and they put this wound all over you. And it is a change on what they do every day. Outside when you're waiting, and inside is the same thing. So you never know when you may be doing something that is not right, and you don't get to see the person that you're going to visit. So once you get in there, you get in the morning, and you don't get out until the afternoon. Visitors hours are all day, women on Sunday and men on Saturday. Now, at the time that I got there, I met other political prisoners who have had their children there, little babies of the age of 2, a year and a half, and a tiny little baby. And the babies are kept with the mother up to a certain period of time only, and then the children had to be taken away.